Holy crap, man. Holy crap, what a ride. What a ride. Clone Wars Season 7 ended, and it ended in such a quiet and yet powerful way. It was amazing. What a journey. What a long journey from Season 1. I did not think, when I watched Season 1 of Clone Wars, I did not think that I would be this heavily invested. Honestly, this season made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me angry. It was an absolute thrill. It was an absolute joy. Now, having said that, that does not mean that I enjoyed everything about Season 7. There were some bits that I found confusing. There were some bits that I found really out of place. And there were some bits that I found to be, honestly, quite stupid. But the majority of the time of Season 7, I absolutely enjoyed. It started out very strong. Very strong. Then it really dipped in the middle section, and then it ended powerfully at the end. And I enjoyed every minute of it. I remember a certain phrase people used online. I don't know where, I think on YouTube. But I remember a phrase people said at the end of, I think it was episode 11 of Season 7. People were like, this is the best Clone Wars has ever gotten. Which I completely disagree. I completely disagree with that statement. More accurate statement for me would be, this is the best Star Wars has ever gotten. Period. No discussions, no arguments. Period. This final 3 episodes of Season 7, it brought out emotions in me that I did not even feel with the Disney trilogy, the sequel trilogy. The emotions that brought out of me with these last 3 episodes of Season 7, I did not feel any of it in the sequel trilogy. Like, here's an example. I'm probably gonna piss people off with this one. For example, the death of Han Solo in Force Awakens. I love Han Solo. Love him. But honestly, when he died in the scene of The Force Awakens, well, one, I saw it coming because, I mean, it's painfully obvious. They were in the long bridge. There was no ground in sight. It was just this long thin bridge, and it was just, I'm like, oh, he's gonna die. He's just gonna die. But when he died, I felt sad, but in the sense of not, oh my god, my favorite character died, because he was my favorite. But in my mind, I was like, my god, this is stupid, because it just came out of left field, and it just felt very unearned. It just felt very wooden. It's hard to explain. It wasn't impactful when I saw it, and that's what shocked me when he died, and I didn't feel anything. I'm like, the only emotion I felt was like, really. I was just like, really? It was a weird experience. It was very weird. But let that sink in for a bit. Rex crying, right? Order 66 happening, and all that. Echo's reveal and stuff like that. What happened to him? All of this events brought out emotions out of me. Then the scene where Han Solo died. Let that sink in. And it just shows the great testament to the series. It's just, this is what Star Wars is. This is what Star Wars is. When I think Star Wars, I think that. The last 3 episodes of Season 7. That really gut punch where the emotion, the story, the lore, the theatrics all came together and just produced episodes like episode 11. That episode really hit me hard, man. It really did, with the Order 66 and the references, the movies, the prequels. It just heightens your emotions. It was very effective. Well, since I'm gushing all over this, let me just start with the things I liked. Well, one, the season started out very, very strong. Obviously, with the Bad Batch, which is fucking amazing. When they show the new clones, which I personally call them the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of the clones, having their own abilities, their personality just shines through. Hunter, Tech, Wrecker, and Crosshairs. When you first meet them, they were just glued to them. Because you could tell, oh crap, they're something special. They're very unique, and they're not to be fucked with. Honestly, they were. It was a perfect choice to introduce them. Like season 7, Bad Batch. That was a perfect call. That was very good. And then you find out what happened to Echo, which was very heartbreaking and very haunting when he just pops out of that capsule and you just see him like all built up like he's plugged into the Matrix or something, and all these mechanical things is attached to him. It was sad. It was hurt. It really stabbed me in the heart, and it was just so heartbreaking. And seeing Rex's emoting, his emotions pouring out, seeing Echo like this, his brother, and stuff like that. Seeing Echo's stories concluded. He joined the Bad Batch, which is the right call, and then seeing Rex being upset. Again, it just stabs you in the heart. I absolutely love this show. And I'm hoping this is a pipe dream, but I'm hoping they tell a story about the Bad Batch. They could literally just write that they either didn't get the Order 66, or since they're genetically mutated differently than the other clones, you could just say that their mind wasn't as affected as the other clones. So when Order 66 happened, they didn't like automatically obey. They sensed something was wrong, but they were just like, yeah, we're just not going for it. Or they could just do the what was it? I forgot his name. Echo. I can't believe I forgot his name. Echo. Since he was modified heavily, you could use him as a vehicle for that, where he was the only one that wasn't affected, and then he has to save his crew, his team members of the Bad Batch, and then somehow he removes the chips from them, and then they all go on this adventure, saving Jedi from being hunted down from Order 66. That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. And then, if memory serves me right, after the Bad Batch episodes, then my least favorite bits of the of the series, it has to be with Ahsoka and the two girls from the lower levels. Honestly, look, I know what Dave Filoni was trying to do. Like, he's trying to show us what the lower levels are like. What's the perception of the Jedi down there? The Jedi are not what they used to be. They used to be peacekeepers. They used to take care of people, but now they're warriors, soldiers, blah, 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 and stuff like that. But I don't think I'm being unreasonable when I say that this could have been done very differently, though. Because those two girls, look, I can't think of any other way to say it, but I'm just going to say it. They were really useless and dumb and pointless, and they should never have been in this episode. Honestly, they are written to be this really dumb people. It's hard to explain. They're supposed to be these streetwise people. They're just trying to survive, but they make some really stupid decisions, and they really didn't push anything forward. I mean, I guess, again, I know what he's trying to do, but at the same time, the way, like for example, the Spice episode, they took a job for the Spice to deliver one place to another. Ahsoka and that older sister, which I don't even remember their names because I don't like the characters at all, had an argument. And then the younger sister was like, you know what, screw it. And then she dumped the spices. She just dumped the spices. She's like, okay, you two guys are arguing, so I dumped the spices. You would have to be... I'm sorry. That is the most retarded thing. I can't... That's too stupid. That is too stupid. That's not real. That completely took me out of the show. It wasn't like, oh my god, that character did something bad. It just took me out of the show in the sense that, wow, this is bad writing. It's like they tried to make a conflict happen, so they create this unreasonable situation, action that a character does. Like, for example, these two are meant to be these streetwise individuals just trying to survive, and they somewhat know how the game is played. I mean, the younger sister was attacked because the older sister didn't pay debts. So you're telling me these streetwise individuals, like the younger sister, just drop spice out of the airlock like that without actually figuring out the consequences. It was really stupid. It was just like, it just came out of nowhere. I'm just like, okay, this is dumb. This is dumb. I know why he did this, because you want to cause conflict in the story, you want to move the story forward, but that's just absolutely stupid. I'm sorry, that was dumb, even for that character. That was unrealistic for that character. It was insane. When I watched that, I'm like, okay, this is officially the low point. And then I can't even remember what happens afterwards. I mean, I do. I just don't want to talk about it. Those episodes with the two girls were my least favorite. I wish they were cut. I wish he'd done something, but just not that, because they were obviously the low points. And then the high point happened with Darth Maul. You know, again, Darth Maul was written so beautifully in this. And then it references Revenge of the Sith, and then, you know, your lore brain starts to kick in. You're like, oh crap, you know, Order 66, Darth Sidious. When Darth Maul mentioned Sidious for the first time in this season, it tickled your brain. You just smiling, you were just happy. I'm like, holy crap, it's happening. And then Obi-Wan talks to Ahsoka about Anakin killing Count Dooku, and just like, holy crap, it's Revenge of the Sith. And then, you know, talking about Darth Maul having this inkling of this greater plan, you know, Order 66, and you as a fan just sitting back, you're just like, holy shit. You're excited and you're sad at the same time, because one other thing that this show does good is to humanize these clones. Because in Revenge of the Sith, and when Order 66 happened, you really didn't give a shit. I mean, you did, because the Jedis were dying, but ultimately, you really did not give a shit about the clones. But in this series, they really humanize the clones, and it really gives you a new perspective when you watch Revenge of the Sith, what these clones had to go through. And my god, when the quiet before the storm, and again, before I get to that, there's this huge debate going on about Darth Maul versus Ahsoka. Honestly, I had no problems with that fight, because Darth Maul was most of the time he was pushing Ahsoka most of the time. It wasn't like Ahsoka was kicking his ass everywhere. He was pushing her, and he actually did win. But Darth Maul being Darth Maul was like, just join me, blah, blah, blah. And then she took his ignorance and just flipped her around, because he did win. He did win. But he just, you know, he was being Darth Maul, you know, the same thing that he did with Obi-Wan, you know, when he killed Qui-Gon. He's just like, he's playing around with him. Because if Darth Maul was serious, he could have killed Obi-Wan in The Phantom Menace. So it's just more stick. And, I had no problem with that at all. So when, again, the quiet before the storm, when Rex and Ahsoka were talking, and the Rex like, without the war, we clones wouldn't exist. It just hits you hard, because you know who Rex is, and you've been through this journey with all these characters, and at the end point with this, and then just to see them two talk and just saying how much they respect each other, maybe even love each other as friends, it's just amazing. I wish they hugged instead of doing the salute. If they hugged, and then Order 66 happened, that would have broke me even more, seriously. And then she had the vision of, you know, not a vision, but she sensed something was wrong, and they used the audio from Revenge of the Sith. Order 66 happens, and then Ahsoka gets in the room, and you could hear a pin drop in the whole room. You could cut the tension with a knife. It was insane. And then Rex tries to refute. That was a good call, I believe. Because I don't know where I read, but I did read somewhere that some clones did resist at first, and then they took over. And then Rex resisting, it was heartbreaking seeing him resist, and then he overcomes. He's like, fine, so he shoots. And then the music kicks in, Anakin's betrayal. I mean, I don't think that's the soundtrack, but you know what I mean. That music kicks in, and then it sinks my heart even lower, and then the whole thing played out. It was amazing. And then the end of the 11th episode, it just broke me even more. I'm like, this is Star Wars. I've never felt this, even with the sequel trilogy. then 12 happened. A lot more quieter than 11, but still more effective. Rex's emotions popped out. He was like, hey, look, these are my brothers. They're gonna kill us. We have no choice but to defend them. We have to kill them to escape. And you just see Rex start crying. It was rough. It was rough as hell. And the droids died, and it was so good. And then the ending happened, and then you see Darth Vader. It just, everything came full circle with everything. One fun thing, when Darth Vader showed up, I instantly knew that Rebels should have used the same animations. I'm sorry, you should have used the same art style as the Clone Wars, honestly, because it looked beautiful to see Anakin, Clone Wars Anakin. He's not, I don't think he's this hardened Sith yet. He still has emotions, and to see him pick up that lightsaber, Ahsoka's lightsaber, was very touching. And to look up, you see her owl, and it was absolutely amazing. But I do have some criticisms with episode 11 and 12. I feel that they made Ahsoka a bit too perfect. Like, for example, when Order 66 happens and Ahsoka was on that table, Rex on the other side and like five clones on the other, and they were shooting at her. She blocked everything, which was amazing. But at the same time, it was I had to stretch my it was hard to grow. My mind was fighting with me, if that makes sense, when I saw that scene, because it was like, there is no way that she was able to block all that and to attack the ceiling at the same time without getting hit. And that was my problem with the last two episodes. I wish these last two episodes where they pushed the characters of Rex and Ahsoka to the absolute limit. Because think about it, them two are fighting their way out of this huge ship with clones that they fought with for years. I wish they pushed. It was too clean for me, if that makes sense. I'm hoping making sense. I just wish Ahsoka took some damage. Like, for example, when she was defending the blast, and then she escapes, and I wish she took a hit in the arm or something to let us know, okay, this is no jokes. This is serious. No jokes. Hit in the arm. And then she wraps the bandages around her, and now she has just one arm. Stuff like that. And maybe, no, definitely, I wished, if it was me, I would have Ahsoka kill the clones. Because if her arms was injured or something, and she has no choice but if she wants to survive, she would have to kill. That's one of the disappointments with episode 12, where she's like, I'm not going to kill them. Which I understand, obviously, that's Ahsoka's character. But if she was put in the position where it's her and them, what would she do? I think she would. Because it's self-defense at that point. Same with Rex. That would have heightened the emotions even more, I feel. And that would put so much weight into Ahsoka's mind if she did that. You could do some great character development with that, where the clones that she was fighting with for years, Jesse and all them, they were attacking her. Her arm was wounded. Rex doesn't want to shoot his brothers, and that's the good thing with episode 11, when Rex shot, when they removed the chip from Rex's mind, and then he starts shooting at the clones. You could see his facial expressions. Holy crap! It just shot my brothers. It's insane. If they carried on with that theme, that would have made the episode a bit more impactful, in my opinion. I wish they did go that route, because they could have some really great character development, and it really, really, really hit us fans in the heart to see Ahsoka kill her fellow brothers in arms, the clone that she been fighting with for years, and to see Order 66 happen. It would have been more tragic. I feel it would have pushed their characters to the absolute limit, and it would have add more layers to her. Because at the end, when she does the burial and she put on the cloak, and then she dropped her lightsaber, Because I think she dropped her lightsaber to fake her death. Though there's many implications why she dropped her lightsaber. But if the things happen like I said happen, and then she dropped her lightsaber, it could add extra layers saying, I killed my fellow teammates, my fellow soldiers, my fellow friends. And then her dropping a lightsaber just signifies that she's done with that life. She's done, and then she creates a new one to put to embody her new self and stuff like that with her new experiences. That would add more layers to it. I think my whole argument with this whole criticism of the final 2 episodes is that they played it safe, if that makes sense. And I don't think I'm being unreasonable, because think of episode 11 and 12. Maul completely destroyed the clones. Arms were ripped off, heads were chopped off, so I don't believe that they can't do it, that Ahsoka can't kill. That would have made things even more tragic, I believe, and it would have ended on a really somber, sad, and a high note at the same time. But overall, it was a great experience. It was a sad experience in a way, because it made me really, really see what was missing from the movies. Like, could you imagine Clone Wars, what we saw on an epic cinematic scale? Are you kidding me? Really? It's just mind-blowing. It's just like, how is it that a show, Clone Wars, an anime show, does Star Wars more justice, is more Star Wars than the actual movies? And it breaks my heart, because I was just, when the movies were done, I'm like, okay, I'm done. They don't know what they're doing. I'm done with Star Wars. Star Wars is dead to me. And then the Clone Wars, it just drew me back. It just showed me what Star Wars could be. And I'm just like, oh man, what the hell? Just put Dave Filoni. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's a better candidate than whatever Catholic he's doing. Jesus Christ. Anyways, it was a fun ride. It was amazing, and it was everything. Not everything I hoped to be, but it was enough. It was good, and it was a good end. It was a great end, actually, a fine conclusion. I hope I see more like this, and I hope the movies will be like this. Well, the next set of movies, hopefully, because if it's like that, and if I see them setting up things that I don't like, because as of right now, the movies are dead, so I'm not holding my breath, but there is hope. Well, hopefully. Oh man, what a great journey. Such a great journey with the Clone Wars. Great journey with the Clone Wars. Great journey with the Clone Wars.